13 agents that actually qualified and are in this room or other rooms across the United States. Super humbled to be here. I have been with the company about 3 years. I have 1,100 agents today, 1,100. And this month, 25 FOQAs. And those of you that know what that is, you know what that means. 25 is awesome. So it's been an amazing journey in these 3 years. And I want to share with you the magic sauce, the formula that not only has helped me, but has helped a lot of people in our group bring in amazing quality, top producing agents, icons, mega teams, brokers, Vincent Q, Bobby 𝗚𝗿𝗺𝗺, Veronica Figueroa. Those names came to us because of this follow through and follow up formula. Everybody should have one of these, and if you don't, check your table. And make sure you are ready to go through this process with me. I want you to think about this right now. Close your eyes if you need to. But I want you to think about what is the one person in your market, who is the one person that you're talking to that hasn't decided to come to our company. And I want you to think about what would it be like if you were able to bring that person to our company? What would that mean for you? I want you to write that name at the top. And I want you to think about what it would be like, your rep share group, your organization, how would it change? All right? How would it impact your family's lives? How would it empower your entire group? And I want you to write that on that card. And then I'm going to go over a process to give you some framework, some accountability for yourself, but best of all, a strategy so that this year, hopefully in the next couple of months, you're able to bring that person into EXP. Would you like to have that? Would you like to be able to accomplish that? Who is that person for you? Are you that excited? I mean, come on, this should be good. Do you really want to get that person into our company? Yeah. Let me hear you. Yeah. All right. So the framework that we have used is connections, contribution, experiences, and exposure. It all starts with that connection. Think about it. People want to do business with those they know, like, and trust. Don't fall in love with your product. A lot of us, I mean, EXP is amazing. I love EXP. I'm a fan of EXP. But I love how Tina put it. Don't be EXPing on top of people. Don't fall in love with the product. It's about them. It's about Scott, right? You know, it's about them. It's about their lives, their drugs, their challenges. When you go to that meeting, that first meeting with them, you gotta find that one thing that you can fall in love with. You may not like everything about that person, but what is the one thing you can fall in love with genuinely so you can create that deep connection? And let's have that accountability today. So you wrote that name that will literally change the game for you. What is that one thing that connects you to them? What is that deeper connection? Right? Because that is what's going to make them get to know you better, like you better, trust you better, and want to do business with you. This is not an entitlement. Oh, I told you about EXP, and all of a sudden you're mine. No. This is about, we're going to be partners. We're going to be family. We're going to run together. We're going to work together. We're going to take over the world together. So you gotta find that connection, somebody you really want to work with. Make sure you take care of that. So my first amazing partner that really changed the game for my organization was Mr. 𝗚𝗿𝗹𝗺𝗺, right here at the top. And a lot of you guys know, 𝗚𝗿𝗹𝗺𝗺, and the amazing thing with Gil is he's got an amazing heart. He's an amazing individual. And just like I call Mitch, I call Gil, right? I make those calls. And I knew Mitch better than I knew Gil. I had met Gil at a conference, but I really didn't know him personally. All right? But here's the thing. I found ways to connect with him. Found ways to get close to him. So, that photo right there, he invited me to a soccer game. I love sports. He loves sports. He's always at the Magic. He's always at, all the different events. But the tickets were $225, and it was a couple thing. So I'm like, man, I gotta spend $500. I'm out with this guy. Right? But I love sports. And we had a great time. We connected, we enjoyed, we high-fived, we had photos, we started building that deeper relationship, right? Then he introduced me to 𝗚𝗿𝗹𝗺𝗺𝗺. Amazing. At his children's birthday, right? So he invited me to the birthday of his twins, and I said, no, hell no. I'm like, yeah, I'm there. I'll go to the birthday party. And there he introduced me to his partner, Bobby. And we literally had a mastermind at the birthday party. We're there. You can see the playground, the kids were playing, and we're like, we're gonna take over. This is how we're gonna put the chips together. And by the way, they haven't even commuted at that time, but I'm just saying this is the first time I met Bobby. And then this was the first time I connected with Veronica. Love at first sight, right? Look at the smile. Look at that. So let me ask you a question. Are you trying to get into panels in your market? Are you trying to be a top leader in your market? Because that was intentional. Like, listen, Veronica, 600 transactions a year producer. This lady here, she was the number one agent. Now Veronica took her over, by the way, because that's what EXP does. We'll take over, right? But she was the number one agent at that time. She does, also 500, 600 plus transactions. And then there's Carlos here. I do 130, 150 transactions. What the hell am I doing in a panel with 600 people transactions? Taking over the market, right? That was intentional. I want to be where the big dogs are. And that was that first connection with her, where we started talking, right? And we became family. That's my son, my wife, my big wife. They drive in and fuel me. They're, amazing. And, we connected at a deep level. So what are those things that you need to do? What are those things that bring you closer to those that you want to be partnered with? Bring you closer to those you want to be married to. I mean, are you kidding me? This is like a marriage. You can't change it. It's game over. If I'm your sponsor, you're with me, that right or that. That's it. We better solve any challenges that we may have in the future, right? So, maybe a community service event, like we do community service events, and we always try to build that connection. So your action is look at that checklist, and for that person that you're trying to bring into the company, ask yourself those questions. Am I doing this? And if not, what can I do better? And then be real. Be yourself. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. And go love on people. Find something to love about them. Genuinely connect with them. 2 books that have impacted how I do this. Obviously, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Write that down if you haven't read that. Game changer. And hug your customers. All right? The next is contribution. This quote says it all, right? I pray to be used in service to a greater purpose higher than myself. This is not about you. It's about them. You don't know if you were put in their life. You don't know if you were put in their life to help them with something else that has nothing to do with EXP. You don't know if you were put in their office to tell them, this is what you need to do. You should not come to this company. And you gotta put that person first. You gotta be willing to contribute to them, add value, and ultimately make an impact in their life because you care about it. Not because you want them to come to EXP. Right? So you need to ask yourself, am I doing this? Am I putting the best interest of that person first? Right? Are you helping them with a business goal? Are you helping them with their personal goals? Right? You know, are you really engaging with them at a high level, even on social media? And we do all these things. Like the minute we have someone that we're looking to attract or introduce into the company, we tell the crews that, hey guys, you know, let's go love on this person. Let's go at them on Facebook, let's connect with them, let's, you know, go out and hang out with them. Let's do what we can to make our organization better for all of us. And we all do it together and we work as a unit. All right? So make sure you ask yourself those questions. This is one thing that we use to add value to people's lives, and it's called the Real Estate Success Card. It's a proven, repeatable system to 6 figures in real estate. It's something that we can leave in the hand of somebody if they're a newer agent and don't know how to succeed. We can give them this little system, some branded, except for the fact that it's been endorsed by Mr. 𝗚𝗿𝗺𝗺, it's been endorsed by Brain Growth, it's been endorsed by our organization, and ultimately it's something that we worked on as a group, and these are principles to help an agent succeed. And if there's a team, do they need agents to grow a team? What if you could help that team leader and say, hey, you know, I know sometimes it's overwhelming to help somebody grow. Here's a simple system endorsed by top agents around the country to help your agents to succeed and grow. What is that one thing that you can leave in their hand today that they'll remember you tomorrow for? Think about that. If you want a copy of that, you can go to resuccesscard.com and you can see, you know, the whole program. We use it, you know, for accountability. So it's basically a checklist of things that drive success, that everybody in this room can agree will drive success. So you have 30 minutes of mind and body every day, 20 touches of prospects. This is about selling houses. So make some prospecting calls, set up some appointments, plug into the culture, go to team meetings, and be on appointments and track your goals. So at the bottom, you're tracking your goals. All right? Action. How do you make contributions to people's lives? You make deposits in the relationship bank account. That's your action. How many deposits have you made in the relationship bank account with that person that you're trying to introduce into the company? Right? How many? Because some of these relationships require time. Some of these relationships require a lot of deposits. Experiences. This is the game changer. Experiences is the magic of this model. And I had the pleasure to coach with John 𝗚𝗿𝗺𝗺. As soon as I joined EXP, you know, I figured out that he knows a little bit about recruiting, so I signed up for his coaching. Did it for a year. Definitely not cheap, but was worth it because he taught me this one thing. This is a $30,000 piece of advice right here. So you don't have to pay 30 grand to John if you don't want to. But I paid 30 grand for this little piece of advice. All right? Are you guys ready for this? People don't believe what they're told. They believe what they experience. Show them what it will be like to join before they join. That is so profound. You don't know how many times I say that in my head on a daily basis. before I'm trying to impact someone's life and introduce them to this company, I'm always thinking about how can I show this person what it will be like to be my partner before they become my partner? How can I give them the experience of what it is to be part of our group before they are part of our group? All right? So some ways that we do it is, by leveraging events. So this was my first event, started from the beginning. I was early on, you have Shelly, Craig, AJ. That was at the leadership retreat with Branko. There were 80 people there. I had no business being there, but I was not alone. I was with my top frontline at that time in there. I was with one recruit in there. Okay? That was the first event I had the opportunity to go to, and I had my crew there, and I had a recruit there. My crew was one. He was my top leader, I was there with him, and we had a recruit there. Then, obviously we do community events, social events. Sometimes it gets crowded. Look at this. This was a boss right here. I don't know how many people we had in there, but don't tell the DMV or we may get some tickets. Right, exactly. This was our cake for our Christmas party. So we create these experiences, and some of them are huge. Like we have Branko come to Orlando to a packed house of around 400 people. And, some of these are smaller gatherings and things, But you gotta do whatever it takes. This right here, this little bus, this was another bus different than this one. I literally rented a Mercedes Sprinter to go from Orlando to Key West and influence people that did not want to drive 8 hours to hop on a bus and go down to Key West with us, right? And we had a whole bus of people, and we recruited all of them in that trip, right? Because they felt the magic. We had a ton of time with them. But again, it doesn't need to be huge. This was my first event, my first big event, right? So big decisions are made in big events. Big is not the XPCon necessarily, or even this event. Big is magical experiences. Big is showing them the power of the group. So I joined the XP in January, and this event was in May of 2018. I had 20 agents. I came with 6. So I was a small potato, 6 agents, and I had 20 at this time. And this was a summit where we literally showed people what it was like to be in our crew. So we had a private mastermind where we only invited whales. Then we had a summit, right, where we invited a bunch of guests. And then we went bowling, we went race karting, we went to dinner, we did everything with a small group of people. So you don't need a huge event, you just need a magical event. And guess what? Did we recruit some people there? Absolutely. Absolutely. And the one thing that I will tell you is this, all right? Brent, he's awesome, but if I call him to fly to my market for 10, 15 people, that may not be received too well. Come here, we got 400. And even Jake Kinder, my sponsor, he may be like, I love you, bro, but let's feel that room a little bit more and then call me, right? But I get creative. Who's creative here? Who's an entrepreneur here, right? I wanted Jake Kinder in my event. I wanted Branko in my event. I wanted to market my leaders in my event. And they were in my event. There they are. This is Branko, and this is Jake Kinder coming to us live from their cell phone. Like, Jake was literally, Jake Kinder was literally running, doing his jogging, and broadcasting to us, and inspiring us, and adding value to us, and making our group feel like they matter. Right? From the moment we were tiny. So it doesn't have to be big, guys. This is our virtual experience. So we have our own team suite, the Global Alliance team suite. And I do events there every week. I have team masterminds, I have training events, but remember, it's all about culture. Remember, it's all about community, right? So you gotta decorate it. This was our St. Patrick's. We got our sign, our Global Alliance logo in the front. We have a blessings wall, and we've got, a lot of different things in there that make people feel at home. So make sure that you guys are delivering those experiences. Ask yourself, it's on the checklist. Have you taken that person that you wrote down on that list to a tour of the EXP World? Have you done that? Have you taken them to experience the leadership meeting? Have you taken them to experience who we are? All right, so that's on the checklist. Action, be the best inviter, big decisions are made at big events. We already repeated that, so. The last one is exposures, and this has been said multiple times here. It's not about the recruiting, it's about the relationship. When you set aside the recruiting and you focus on the relationship, walls crash down and gates go wide open. As Gene taught us, the gate opens from the inside, not from the outside. All you can do is love on people. All you can do is build on those relationships in order for you to open that gate. So exposures, this is another case study of exposures. And, Veronica Figueroa, I met her at the panel. I had Michael Reese coming to town for an event. I invited her to lunch with Michael Reese. That was really hard to set up, but we got it done. Then we took her to NEA Mastermind with Jay Kinder to Key West. That was the first time Veronica met Jay Kinder. Then we set up a meeting, a call, and with leadership and stuff like that. So we did leadership meetings. But this was literally like a board of directors meeting. You guys can't see this, but we got Sam Rodriguez, Jason Gessie, we've got Mitch Robinson, we've got Alan Goldman, and then Gil Ramos and Veronica Figueroa. These leaders will support you. This is before, I think I had less than 100 agents at that time. Might have had like 50 agents. And I had literally some of the top people, the CEO of the company, the CFO, supporting me to help bring these guys over. Are you leveraging that? Right? Then, obviously Bobby went out, hung out with them. We sent them a card in the mail, saying, hey, we appreciate the magic moments that we're building together. They invited me to their party before they went to EXP, so we went to the RE/MAX Christmas party, Rosemary and everybody's like, why is EXP Carlos here? This is RE/MAX. What's going on? They didn't know anything. But then eventually we met the team, helped them, get bought in, come aboard. So I know I've got like 1 minute. Exposures, examples, this is our Global Alliance Mastermind. So, this is private, exclusive to our agents, right? But, Tony, let's say I call you, you're not in EXP, and I say, hey, Tony, we've got, this special mastermind that we do. We have the president coming on, it's not open to the public. If I could get you an invite to join our mastermind and hang out with the president and our top leaders, would you be interested in joining us? Right? So this is an exclusive opportunity to give them an additional exposure. We use that for top level leaders. And then obviously to impact the lives of our organization. Exposures online and social media, we do a lot of recognition, we do a lot of celebrations. So, like for the sprint, we had a graphic for the sprint. We create these graphics duplicable, so the entire downline, the entire organization can duplicate these graphics. We have graphics for Icon, for multi-million-dollar club, million-dollar club, first sale in 30 days, first recruiting 30 days, you name it. A lot of stuff happens internally, okay, in our Facebook community. We have a super engaged Facebook community as well. Exposures. When I am attracting agents and I engage with them, then they see my content. Are you putting great content out there? Right? So I'm doing podcasts, I'm adding value, I'm creating non-recruiting things. I'm creating value-add pieces and opportunities for them. So it's only the checklist. If you put that name at the top and you go through that checklist, you'll realize, how hard we work to bring some of the people that we brought aboard. Then this is something we just developed. It's called the 4 A's of EXP onboarding. And it's basically a seamless system to get onboarded into EXP in 3 days with 4 steps. I mean, onboarded into our business, onboarded into our organization. So if I'm attracting somebody and showing them what it will be like to onboard with us, the smoothness, the process, how they get plugged into our community, how they get plugged into our culture, and into the company as a whole. And with that, I'll leave you with this. You can't lose the momentum. You gotta keep it going. You gotta keep it going. You just had a meeting today, you gotta have that next meeting lined up. And don't use all your chips at once. Like, I don't set up a call with Dave until I've gone through, the different leaders. I have a meeting with the broker, I have a meeting with Chris Bear, I have a meeting with, other partners of mine, mentors of mine, and then I'm like, boom, Dave Crenard, Jason Gates, do we need Glenn Sanford? If you need a Glenn Sanford for somebody and you already use everybody else, do you think Glenn is going to say no? I mean, he'll take some time depending on who it is. We've done it. So ultimately, this company will support you through and through. In conclusion, all these things right here require action. Everything on the checklist requires you to take an action. And what I will tell you is, you will get in life what you have the courage to ask for. You will get in life what you feel you deserve. You will get in life what you feel you're empowered to get and what you put out into the universe to get. So go out, ask, get the exposures, get the connections, get the contributions, and let's crush it. Thank you very much, everybody.